to another episode of the Too Late We Said It podcast. I am your humble host, Sean Leverett. As always, my dog, that's my dog or something. That's my dog. That's my dog or something. My nigga Edwin Nevedo here with us, ladies and gentlemen. And today we are overjoyed. We have a special guest here with us, man. We are excited, man. This guy does a lot for us in the background. Of course, as you see our productions before we kick off the show. You niggas seen it. You just seen it. This shit just came on. We have a production and animation as we enter the show. This gentleman that's coming up is the architect, is the brain hive of that. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for our special, I was about to say special host, special guest today, Mr. Angel. I need an angel.
Thank you. That was a pretty short hand clap there. I think I.
That was a golfer's clap.
Let's give him a second one.
Right there. What was people doing that right there?
Angel, welcome to the show, brother. Welcome to the show. Thanks for joining us this morning.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
This nigga said, thanks, guys.
Yeah, in a few words. The great thing on Angel is like we were putting this together, and Sean had approached me about doing this podcast, and it's kind of been a discussion in the making. And when we finally started getting up and running, it's like, yo, we need an intro. And I was like, I know a perfect person that can help us with this. So I got in touch with Angel, and he just said, give me some pictures if you have a preferred audio, and I'll take it from there. So we put that together. Me and Sean then did our pictures, sent it to him, and then I had an array of different instrumentals that I went over with Sean. We both chose the instrumentals, sent it to Angel, and then boom, the finished product came.
Quicker than AI. Angel was quicker than AI.
AI, that's right. It used to stand for Angel's Intelligence, but they took it.
Oh shit! Oh, it is what it is. We've been officially been touched by an angel. Pause. We appreciate you. Thanks.
Yeah, we can go on and about with Angel.
People are wondering like what Angel looks like. Don't worry about it. He's an entity. He is beyond our understanding. He is.
That's actually me right there. I actually have. I'm a no face. You see right there. I'm a no face.
No face.
Yeah.
No face, no case, as they say.
He's only there when you deserve him to be.
Jesus Christ. You have not earned my presence. We'll talk about that a little bit later, though. But hey, what's shaking with you, baby? How you doing this week, man?
Hey, man, just another week, doing what we do. Just, going day by day. It's nothing special that happened this week other than just getting to Friday, then getting to Saturday. So
Edwin live a Alcoholics Anonymous life, just day by day, nigga. I'm trying to make
day by day. I close my eyes, open them up, start my day.
Oh my
then
God,
after my day's over, I close them.
That's so sad. We gotta get you a prostitute. Angel, you do anything fun this week?
Yeah, man, I did a ton of stuff. I went to the Baltimore Aquarium. I thought of Edwin because he wasn't there. I was like, oh, my boy.
Edwin, Angel, you here? You in Baltimore?
No, I'm in Middletown, but it's like an hour away. And we went to the. Oh, you in Baltimore? I could have called you up like, hey man, let's do a conspiracy about how sharks are trying to take over the world live at the aquarium. We could have done that.
I think a real Baltimore tour.
Yeah, Sean goes to the Baltimore Aquarium every year when it's the dollar entry. He goes every year.
Fuck you, Ed.
Remember when we used to do that back in the day? Not us, but
I used to take a dive Fridays after 5.
Dang, dollar entries. We went there, and then we saw the Mario movie with the boys as their first movie experience. Then they went pretty good. And then
Sean, you went to go see that, didn't you?
See what?
The Mario movie.
Yeah. It was cool. You called me while I was in the movie, and I answered for you because I fucks with you.
Yeah, he called me too when I was in the movie.
That's a coincidence.
I texted him back and said, "Hey man, I was at the movies watching Mario. Look at that."
For real? He worked for Nintendo. Like, I'm interrupting.
He's like, I gotta get my commissions. Oh man.
He almost had me about to fight a fat bitch in the movies over there. Turn the phone off. I said, shut up, bitch.
After I went to the aquarium and then we went to the movie, the next day was the top of the week. That was my highlight was when we went to Costco.
You talking about the big box store, Costco?
You must not have a Costco in Baltimore.
I got Costco, I got Paws, I got BJ's, I got Sam's.
Oh man, that's
which one's
Costco,
the best,
man.
Costco, BJ's, or Sam's?
Hey, them Sam's, them samples.
Sample City.
Yeah. Costco's got the samples.
That's why it tastes a highlight, man. You go to
and they had the best food for the lowest prices, like the little like side corner food where you can get like pizza and like hot dogs and whatnot.
Little cafe.
Yeah,
that's what's up, man. Well, I'm proud of y'all for going outside. You know what I'm saying? I'm happy y'all got to see Earth. You know what I'm saying? Edwin, Angel, it's a running thing. Edwin just very few times in this at the running of the show, Edwin to actually do something other than going to work and going to sleep. So we try to get him to go outside to do things. I'm gonna start getting him Groupon vouchers that I send to him so he can go do shit in the community. Other than because I don't want him to be a serial killer at 50. That's what all this is about. I don't want 50. He stopped answering my calls. And then I see him on the news.
Always sharpening a knife that he never uses. Like, what are you doing, dude?
Hey, stop. You know, Edwin, do you know about your machete lifestyle? Okay.
I'm just ready to use this.
Go ahead, tell. This is like early on when me and Sean first knew each other, first met. Yo.
Yeah, I knew colleagues at work. Loosely. I knew him. We were co-workers at that point, strictly. So this motherfucker came in dragging a Bushido blade. You ever played that video game? A big ass machete.
Did he stare at you and say, "Hey man, you ever wonder what makes your skin stay on?"
Jesus, blade.
You're like, man, can we be friends and start a podcast?
I had to self-preservation, Angel. Now you learned
exactly what I was going. Where I was going. You're like, let me make this guy my friend.
That's pretty much what happened.
Not my enemy.
You got to make friends with the school shooter. But anyway, we was at work, and it was a technician. We did a service industry job, in home services, and I was the warehouse manager. And I was just working at warehouse basic at that point. Paul was the warehouse manager. Little Paul with the DJ Paul hand from 3-6 Mafia. Shout out to Paul Georges.
Let's be real though. You were the real warehouse manager. He just had the title.
Yeah, well, you know how racism works in America. But anyway, it was cool. So Paul was cool to this day. But we at the windows, you know, giving the technicians their equipment. And this nigga Edwin just walk in with a machete, real cordial, like this shit was a McCafe drink. He walking through that motherfucker. That's waving it around at people and shit. And these is Africans, these is old people. These niggas is nervous. Everyone's smiling and shit. It's just a joke, you know. But long story short, that's your cousin, nigga. He's a sociopath. So enjoy. I know the family functions are pretty fun with Edwin. This is insane. I'm sure I'm not telling you nothing new about this nigga, but I'm trying to avoid those. I
almost got suspended for it too.
Yeah, we had to. Us in management had to vouch for his mental state. That's what I'll say. He was a good worker too, so that did help. So shout out to Edwin and his psychopathic ways. What's shaking with? Nothing really happened with me this week. You know, I started a new job this week. That was cool. Meeting, you know, you got to play the corporate ropes your first week. You betcha. You know, I got to play the
you betcha.
Betcha by golly, wow.
Exactly right. Golly, wow. They're gonna fire me if I say golly, wow. But yeah, man, it's so far it's been good week. We got a lot of good topics that we want to hash out with you guys. We're excited to get into the body. Your body is a wonderland. The body of this conversation, and what better time than the present? So, gentlemen, Angel will be with us. We have a specific realm of space that we want to speak with Angel about, but he will with us as long as we have time for him, or as long as he has time for us. So, Angel, again, thank you for kicking it with us. Thank you for your contributions to the production, man. But enough giving you that digital head. Let's kick right into the show. So the first topic we're going to get into is, I coined this one, Frozen for the Future. So Angel, so Ed, nice. We have people all across this beautiful country, not just here in the USA, who have decided to freeze themselves. The one thing people always talk about is Walt Disney. I believe Walt Disney froze himself, if I'm not mistaken, or his body at least, after he kicked the bucket, with hopes of doing things, you know, seeing the future, having future medical advancements, cure ailments that they are currently facing or faced at the time of death that caused their death, or that may have been pending to kill them in the future. And then, you know, with some people that just want to fucking shoot the dice. That's what TikTok is for, right? People just want to do wild shit sometimes. So what my question that I
freeze yourself challenge.
Freeze yourself. We good? The freeze yourself challenge. So the question I'll pose to you, Ed, do you think that's insanity, or you think it's some merit there? Do you think that the hope, or is that just yes, we can? Is that hopium from Obama? Do you think it's some credence there?
Yeah, I think it's an interesting interesting discussion, because if you look at it, like especially from someone that is dying or is about to die, it's like, is the hope that maybe there's going to be some kind of futuristic advancement where you can have reanimation occur? So we got a whole Frankenstein situation going on, because if you already kicked the bucket, a lot of us, like, spiritual, the soul leaves the body's just a vessel, so it's just a carcass there getting frozen. Or somebody that's sick and then there's no cure. That would be more plausible for me in that instance. Like, hey, I'm pretty much gonna die in a few months. Let me just go ahead and freeze myself, and maybe they could reanimate me, and maybe I have a shot to see in the future. But I think it's just a matter of, like, some people, like, why do people do the things that they do? They do a research and they just believe in the study. Same reason why people join cults. Once you believe into something, you start to really believe it, and then you take action based on that belief. And I mean, I think that each his own. Like, if that's what you feel is going to happen, good for you. I mean, me, for instance, I'd like to just live in the now, and, like, this is my life now. And if I'm meant to be in the future, then I'll be there. But it's just going to one of those things where people look for advancement, and part of the advancement is you're going to need some guinea pigs, someone that's willing to throw themselves into and roll the dice. So, I mean, as far as whether it works, yeah, and only time will tell. And if people are putting their money, you can't take your money with you anyway. So as far as how expensive it is, it doesn't matter. I mean, the person is willing to put their hard-earned cash into doing this experiment. I mean, so be it. Will it work out? We'll find out. We saw Judge Dredd. That movie pretty much. Judge Dredd pretty much is one of those situations where a hero and a villain were both transported the same similar way, and then here they are reanimated in the future, and only Taco Bell survived. Angel, what do you think about this?
That wasn't that was
Demolition Man with
Demolition Man.
Oh yeah, Demolition Man. You're right, not Judge Dredd. Demolition
I know what you mean, though.
Hey, Sean, can you do the I am the law with the accent though? Can I see here real quick before I give my opinion on
it? With which one, Rico or the brother? I
want to hear I am the law with a little bit of Sylvester twang in it.
I can't be a Mediterranean white man. Let me give it my best. The law. His mouth was over.
I am the law. Yeah,
I am the law.
I am the law. Nah, well, I think, yeah, man. So a little bit quick things. So Walt Disney was cremated. The whole thing about him freezing his head is like a fun thing people talk about. But the reason they say it too is because if you know a little bit, when we were talking about in the pre-show, a lot of stuff you said is a lot of stuff that I've been into for a long time, as far as like being familiar with subject, not an expert, but familiar. And cryogenics has been around for a while, a long time now. Started as a, sci-fi. And then there's a guy, if you know this guy, his name's Robert Ettinger. And he started made it, he's the one that made it popular. He was in the military, he's a physics guy, whatever. When the whole thing with Disney was because right after Disney died, he died from like lung cancer or something. That's when they first started, and the largest cryogenics, one of the largest, I guess, active places that preserve people and all that stuff, was founded by Robert Ettinger, but it was like right after, it was like in the 67 or something like that. So that got popular. But there's a lot of people right now, like you said before, there's you pay $100,000, $200,000, $30,000 to preserve your body. And I think, in my opinion, everything that we do, there's nothing that we don't do that is not founded in our worldview. So if you think that if you have a specific worldview, it's going to lead you to make your decision. Just like Ed was saying, you believe something, you act on it. Your actions are proof of what you believe. So if someone believes, for example, that they can preserve these are movie stars, by the way. If you guys know the list of people that have mentioned cryogenics, you're talking about different celebrities and big names.
Okay.
And these people, of course, have the money. But here's my issue with it, right? Let's pretend you could freeze yourself. A lot of people say they have a disease, like everyone's saying, like you're sick, right? So you say, I'm gonna freeze myself, and when the cure comes out, reanimate me and cure the disease. That kind of stuff. And it's like, wait a minute. the thing is that death is undefeated, right? So everyone dies. So even let's say you could extend your life, for people who have had family in a hospice or sick for a long time, you ultimately find out when they pass that when that person says they're ready to go, we should respect it. And it's not just respecting that person, it's also respecting life and death. We're extending life, but it's usually founded in us. So, for example, if you want grandma to live until she's 300, you want that. But does grandma want to live until she's 300? Probably not. Who wants to live 1,000 years on a world where there's war and killing and murder and evil? Yeah, there's good stuff, but Sean wants to live in a world like that. I don't want to live 1,000 years in a world with death and murder and all that. So I wouldn't want to freeze myself even if I could, because it's a natural process of life and then death. And then your framework will determine what happens after. If you believe, if you're Hindu, you're going to believe you're reincarnated. Like me, I'm a Christian. I believe that I'll be with Jesus because I believe in him. And then other people. So whatever you believe, you hold on to. That's what's, how it goes. But I think cryogenics is definitely one of those things that people are like, I'm the master of my life and death, and I'm gonna do what it takes.
Manipulate it to my fit.
Right. I'm gonna manipulate it. I'm gonna do it. And it's like like everyone said, if you want to do that, do it.
It might be some fly shit in the future though, bro. You don't know. Yeah. You come out that freezer, you might be like, shit, I ain't never shit.
We have to also look at the possibilities of what could possibly be the true factor, because since it's something that's never been done, it's like a road not traveled yet. So even if they do reanimate you, who's to say you're going to be 100% you and you're going to be happy with the outcome? And then the other part of it is, just like Angel was saying, is like, it's the natural order of life and death. And to respect that and to disrespect that is to say, oh, I want to live beyond the natural order of things. You're disrespecting the natural order of life and death. And therefore, you're trying to play God, saying that I am the creator and I am the one that has the master of when I live and when I die. When you have thousands of people that made sacrifices for someone else's life, you're saying that, hey, I can make sacrifices. It's a selfish thing, really. Like, if you think about it, because individually you're saying, hey, I want to live longer, but for why and for who? Because if you only got the money to help yourself live longer, what about the family members around you? They're not going to be there to greet you when you wake up. You're going to be greeted by a bunch of strangers that don't even only know who you are based on Google. And there probably is another internet frame at that point where, like, I searched the database of Goggle. It's like,
Hey, didn't Sylvester teach us when he got up in the movie? It's a movie, but what did he say? You woke me up to let me know that all the people I loved are dead.
Yep.
So it's like, why would you, like, if you really, you got to think about how, like what Edwin's saying about the selfishness, how selfish you got to be like, as long as I live and as long as I'm good, everything's all good. You got to be super selfish.
Let's look at it though, because let's not stand on the soapbox, because we're all selfish to an extent, because 100%. We got iPhones, but it's a little nigga in India who feet dirty and he hungry. And our phones are made off of his sweat equity, So I think I wouldn't, I just keep a picture of my kids in my wallet. That's about it. Let me see 3,000. We out here, and they live through me. Shit, you feel me?
Yeah. So this is Sean. He's like, everything looks amazing. All right, man, just leave.
Imagine, look, you going in the
PlayStation 20 and out. I'm back to sleep.
Yeah, we back out here.
Wait me when GTA 6 actually releases.
Exactly. That's what I'm freeze me for that, nigga. Now say you don't want to wait for that. Stop lying. My whole thing is, think about somebody who was, if you were frozen, and this is all, a hypothetical situation. You were frozen when you was fighting a woolly mammoth. And then now you come out in 2026, they got Teslas, they got robotic prostitutes. Life is great. You're going to be happy that you
robotic AI prostitutes.
I know how to make you bust a nut. You don't want to go back to that shit, even though Ungawa, your girlfriend back there, you ain't fucking with her no more. You back out here. So it's hard to see what has yet to be seen and to make a projection. So I get it, but I 100%, I'm being facetious here. I would definitely miss my kids. That would be a big thing. It would be a psychological mind fuck as soon as you come out that freezer, for sure. But the people we're talking about are not normal people.
Yeah.
These are people who have scraped, lied, stolen to get to their financial status their whole life. So you're pretty much dealing with the motherfucking Mardi Gras Grinch. You know, he ready to party straight out the motherfucking freezer. So, but yeah, it's we leave a lot of these things open-ended, Angel, for our viewers that we don't have yet, nigga. And if you ain't like and subscribe, nigga, we almost at 100. Stop fucking around before I pull up on you. Not you, Angel. I'm talking about the people that's viewing our shit. I'll pull up on you. I'll choke your ass like Aaron Donald did his therapist. Anybody else want to say anything else about this?
No, I mean, that's pretty much spoken. Angel, what you got?
Well, I know personally for me, if you came to me and said, bro, I won the lottery, but I want to freeze my head in a jar.
Futurama.
Like me, there's nothing. And again, I think, this always goes to worldview. In my worldview, death is undefeated, and only one man defeated death, and that was Jesus. So I depend on him to give me life. So in my worldview, I can only give you advice based on my worldview. Mm-hmm. Edwin lives in North Carolina. What town is it? Durham? Where you live? Raleigh? So if I go to Raleigh, I don't know crap about Raleigh. When I went to visit Edwin, I went to his house, and he swore to me the best Chinese place was across the street. Right, Edwin? You still go to that place?
Yeah, so that's where I'm going to go after the show.
I don't know nothing about this place, right? Of course, I'm like, whatever. Everybody say that they have the #1 Chinese spot. Mm-hmm. You know what? He was right. I went over there, and we had that food. I was like, dang, Edwin, you wasn't lying. Like, this is objectively really good. Not so, like, this is good stuff. And but the point I'm making is, I can't know anything about North Carolina unless Edwin tells me about it. He's going to tell me his experience and his. So in the same way, I can only say from my worldview where I'm looking at things, I would tell people, listen, I understand you want to live forever, whatever like that. Let me tell you how I think you're going to live forever. And then take all the, like if you want to just look at it as just data, look at all the data, and you look at proof, history, testimonies and stuff like that, just like the same way Edwin did for that Chinese spot. He said, yo, this is the best thing. That was his witness to that Chinese spot. When I went and tried it, I was like, yo, that junk is good. So I would just say that with this, man. If you have $1 million and you come to me, I'll pay $100,000 to freeze my body. I'm like, before you do it, before you freeze the body, let me tell you about this other Chinese spot. Check it out before you make this decision that you want to. Because in case you guys don't know, some people get frozen. It's not necessarily right when they die. So like they're getting frozen. There's hundreds of people right now just in the U.S. that are frozen. In Arizona, in Michigan has the 2,600. What is it? I forget how many people they have there, but they have, I think it's the largest one. And you talk about the guys who've been talking about it, like Sean was saying, the fans people. You talk about the guy from PayPal, Peter Thiel, Larry King. He's passed away. He talked about looking into it. Pop stars, Britney Spears, all these. There's been a lot of people talking about it.
Freeze me,
and
baby.
These people, freeze me, baby, one more time. But it's a big thing, man. These guys are doing it, and it's whatever for them. But I would just tell anybody listening, man, if you're thinking about living forever, look into everything and make a choice based on data, facts, and you're gonna have to have some faith in something. Because you know what, the people frozen right now, they have faith that in the future they'll be revived, and it's either gonna be, hey, you flipping the coin. Me, I'm not flipping that coin, but that's just my thing.
Yeah, because they're putting faith in other people. Because remember, here's the first step. Now you're frozen. You have no control what the outcome of what happens to you. All of a sudden, 20 years from now, Cryogenics is trash. And then they're like, all the companies, and it's going to be across the news, all the companies deciding to dispose of these bodies, cremate them all, and then all of them get cremated.
Right, and you'll never know.
You'll never know.
We don't know what's going to happen there. Because now it's talking about what are the rights of that person once they're frozen. Do they still have rights? Can they speak for themselves?
We speak for the trees. They dead, so no, they can't speak for themselves.
That's right, they can't.
It's over. So yeah, like Angel said that, man. Edwin said it as well. Review the statement of facts, and go forth and prosper.
Can you do that both hands though? Can you do that both hands though?
Hell no, I got the mic in this hand, nigga.
You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you could do it one hand, but the other hand be all weird. So 3 fingers.
Look, it was like this.
Okay,
you got it. Yeah, like that. Everyone look at.
What's the shot?
Struggling.
All right. So moving on. This is a space that we're gonna well, let me just set the floor for this. So, as you guys know, that the prominence of AI has begun to permeate almost every industry in the world. I mean, fast food, taxis. We just talk about hunching. You can get your sexual jollies via AI nowadays. But a topic that we talk about a lot here, Angel, me and Edwin are big. Well, we getting older now, so we can't really do it as much. But we love the gaming. We love anime. We love these things. Things that give us these nostalgic feelings and things that we even still love to this day. And one of those areas that's being impacted by AI is gaming for sure. The cost of PS5s is projected to raise by $200 to $300 more just for the standard shit that's already out. And the projection of production for the PS6 is continuously being pushed back due to crunches and shortages on chips, processors, servers, AI, memory space. Of course, you know all of this. So, Angel, I would ask to you, what do you think is the fix here, if there is a fix, because of production constraints? And do you see this becoming one? When to become one? AI and gaming. Just give us a little bit of background on what you see from this field and what you think the future of it holds.
Well, first of all, that does look like a little Edwin. That looks like your son, Edwin. Is that really him?
It kind of looks like Edwin's son. I'm not creepy like that. Let me see.
It kind of looks like, I'm like, whoa, it looks like Edwin. Did you guys take a picture and then make it like fancy?
Yeah, that's an AI version of E3.
There you go. AI. Edwin had sex with Oracle last night and had his
baby. That's the way. Edwin, you got a new girlfriend? Yeah, man. What's her name? Oracle. Where's she from? Greece. She's from Greece, man. She's Mediterranean. That's how she got the name Oracle.
And after it was all over, she gave me a cookie.
A chip.
Well, so quickly with the so AI. A lot of times, if you guys know, this can be maybe one day in your conspiracy corner about things I would say, look into what Hollywood is, where it comes from, its origins in the occult, and things like this, whatever. But movies often depict the desires and the basically the path that the elite, the government behind the government, if you know what I mean, what they want, the 1%ers. And what do you see in movies? Every time they want to set a trend, a lot of movies and materials will come out in TV shows and movies to set the stage. And it's part of this bigger social experiment. So they'll say, let's put these shows out, gauge the public reaction, and then we know where we're at. And one of the things, like, you'll see a trend, because once you see a movie about a subject, you'll notice, for example, if there's an alien movie, you'll see a bunch of alien movies come out about coming and making contact, and you'll be like, why are they doing this? And then all of a sudden you see on the news, UAPs, blah blah blah. They see, and they come out with this stuff, and like, why is this always coincidental like this? Well, it's not. And so when you come to AI, think about movies like Ready Player One, I think it's called. And movies like that, right? Wall-E, remember Wall-E when they're in the future? Remember?
Yeah,
that's Bond right there.
You got Chappie, and you got Terminator is a huge.
Terminator is huge.
Big Robot 6.
And you got the Matrix as well. Where
Eagle Eye, about the AI taking. I mean, this.
Eagle Eye is a huge one.
AI. What was that movie with Will Smith? Where he was fucking with that robot named Sonny.
iRobot.
iRobot. Yeah. That's right. There you go. Like all these things, right, man? If you look, there's a whole thing about this stuff to set us up. So when it comes to, like, you were talking about the PS5 and all this, the thing is nuts. The PS5 Pro is at $900. $900. It's insane. What, and the Xbox Series X 1 terabyte, I believe, is sitting at $700 or something right now. You're talking about a console that came out at $500.
Right.
I mean, came out, and it's like 7 years. What is it? 7 years old? 8 years? How long?
Yeah.
9 years? 8 years? Something like that.
Usually it depreciates, but in this situation, it's right.
Yeah, right. So most of the time, what happens is that these guys, what they do is the consoles are always, usually, except for Nintendo, because Nintendo's like, they're like in their own world when it comes to consoles. They're not. And we don't ever think of consoles because Nintendo's separate, because people like Sony and companies like Sony, Microsoft, they take a loss, they come out with a hot system, Typically, they take a loss on this system, and then take a profit off software and services. That's where they make their money. Blah blah blah. Afterwards, so you're talking about now the cost of these items. It's not necessarily the cost; it's the scarcity of these items.
Of the components inside of them,
right? All components, because these are old components. So you're not talking about these. When as a chip is manufactured over time, the efficiency to make that chip. What you have is, when you make a chip, you have what's called a certain yield of usable chips on any given wafer. You have X amount of yield. When they're low yield, something costs a lot. When it's high yield, it can cost less, because out of one wafer, you're getting way more chips because it's more efficient or whatever. So you can the price can go down because you're getting more. But when the yield is low, then that's why OLED and stuff like that took a long time. The reason OLEDs cost so much money back in the day, and plasma those, is because when they're cutting those glass out, if there's a speck on it, you can throw away that whole glass. You throw away the whole thing.
So guys, he talking about OLED TVs,
right?
Yeah,
those TVs. So you're talking about a PS5 Pro that's $900. For what? Well, AI and gaming, I see it a lot like the movie. I'm talking about exactly like the movie, but kind of like Ready Player One. Virtual reality, what has it done? We talked about earlier in the pre-show about the effects of social media and things like that. These games have not. I can tell you this: me and Edwin had more fun playing Double Dragon and Contra,
right?
Yeah,
than these kids have now. Why? If you look at the games of old were based on patterns, and those patterns increased in complexity and made you figure out what is the pattern of the computer. And once you figured it out, you're like, dang, I can't believe it was whatever. But it takes you a while sometimes to figure out the pattern. Your brain's working. There was no reset button. When you hit reset, no save. I meant no save.
You hit reset, you start over from the beginning.
You start over. And what happened? What did it teach us as kids? It's okay to fail.
Yeah.
Try harder. Try again. You don't rage. And like today's kids, you don't rage. You just say, I'm gonna try again. You learn to fail. Today's kids, nah, bro.
Crash out.
Cheat codes. They got cheat bots and all this other stuff. Yeah.
Bro, you don't remember Game Genie though? I mean, you have to buy a whole nother thing to cheat. Yeah. Now it's like encodings.
Yeah, but you cheated against the computer.
Yeah.
Before you cheated against the computer, now you're cheating against people.
Yeah, against each other.
They do it, but what does it teach the individual? I just read and I just read an article about a boy who shot, I think it was his mom or dad, took away his Nintendo, shot him in the head, 11 or 12 years old, shot him in the head for taking away his video game. Now, hey, it's real.
Yo, Angel, let me ask you a question. What color was that child? Yeah.
So what happened was,
don't press it, nigga. Your picture ain't up, so just give us the truth, nigga.
Listen, it doesn't matter. Rage has no color. Here's the thing. The thing about it is the AI. It's like,
he's not lying though. It's not the rage that killed his parents though.
No, here's the thing. The thing about it is, man, when you get down to it, you talk about AI. AI can be used for good things. It can be used for, when it comes to video games, it can be used for good stuff. But what happened is that the way it's being used, and the way it's being used right now to try to really suck the youth in, it's really trying to make it to where you rather be on a VR headset than with a real person. Isolated. That's the way. It's really objective. Don't make no mistake about it. This is not about realism. You go into, let's say, GTA, for example, or something, an open world game like Assassin's Creed or whatever. You go, wow, these guys, the interaction is really cool. You're in Egypt, you're in all these places. You're like, wow, they made it look, with AI, the interaction feels real and organic. The objective is not that they want you to feel this organic world. The objective is to keep you in that synthetic world, so that they profit, so that you're the target, you're the one that is being targeted.
You're the commodity.
You're the commodity.
Let me ask you this, Angel. A few years ago, when crypto really started to explode, there was a sale. I started seeing sale, and please guideline me here because I'm not well versed in it, but there were sales of digital properties, digital assets, and people were buying up digital real estate. Is that perhaps something with this digital augmentation could be into that world where you have a digital community, where the digital Crips? So you got these spaces that are allocated for certain people in these sects and these cults now. Is that somehow connected, you think?
And what are those characters called? It's like when you're making
Avatars.
like this. Yeah. No, you're making these characters on the internet, and they're called like
surrogates.
No. There's a term.
Yeah.
There's a term.
Again? What was the question? What was it?
Yeah, go ahead.
No, restate your question.
Edwin, was a question about what? What was it called? What?
There's like when people were like selling like this art on the internet, and then it was
yeah. I know exactly that bubble burst. So what they were doing was
NFTs and shit like that.
Yeah, NFTs. That's what it was. Yes.
Yeah,
NFTs.
non-fungible tokens.
Non-fungible tokens. That's it.
That's
what I was looking for.
People were buying like a picture of a pirate hat for like $2,000, and they were like, it's unique. Nobody else has it, and you can actually copy them.
Why you make them
use it? What the heck?
Yeah, I never understood it. That was wild to me.
It burst. That burst quick. I mean, I don't know if it's still going on strong now, but I know that I knew a couple people that got into it, and they were making thousands and thousands of dollars. And I was like, I'm not gonna mess with that because pretty soon someone's gonna realize it's dumb to pay $2,000 for an apple.
Yeah,
like a picture of an apple. Like, what is that?
Yeah. So Angel, would you say that? Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I was gonna answer your question. So the virtual space of a virtual land, virtual homes, virtual all this stuff about that was a real thing. And the thing is that Mark Zuckerberg talked about his vision, if you want to look into his vision for the Meta AR world.
Mm-hmm.
And my interpretation of what he wanted was, like I said, it's a Ready Player One type world where you go in there and you have this persona, and you have, if you guys know what happened with the Roblox scandal, if you guys aren't aware about the Roblox scandal, there's a kid still missing right now. There was a kid missing. He went to a Roblox party. He's missing. And what happens is that they found out that there was thousands of pervs on there posing to be 10-year-old kids.
Of course.
To be whatever. Thousands and thousands and thousands.
That's the meta universe.
But who's stupid enough to believe that that's not the case? Like
everybody, the society does not. But here's why. Because here's the thing: when
people
you say that,
they want to believe.
Yeah. You're right, Sean. When you say this, when you ask yourself this question, who is stupid enough to believe, and then fill in the gap or fill in the blank. You're right. Who is stupid enough to believe that this is not the case? Especially when you just look around you. Yeah, here's the fact, man. The fact of it is that there's so much. That question is posed in so many to so many areas. The fact is that a person is smart. A person is smart. Mm-hmm. Typically, can be smart. A person can be reasonable. But let me tell you something I learned, especially when I was in the military. The more quote unquote smart people you put in a room, the stupider the decisions they make. A person by himself will be smart and reasonable and make good choices. Put a bunch of them together and you get the dumbest decisions in the world. Why? Because every man in that or woman in that space, when they're together, everyone is trying to be the alpha. Yeah. Everyone's trying to be the head chef. So then what happens is, since none of them agree, they agree to the dumbest things in the world.
Yeah, and that's the mob mentality. It's a singular individual versus mob mentality. The individual is intelligent. The mob is stupid.
The mob is stupid. And the thing about it is, man, when you talk about AR and these worlds, that's why I used to have
erratic and unpredictable.
Completely, it's completely unpredictable. It's like a volcano. Oh, it looks so sweet. Oh my gosh, look at the soil is so fertile. Look, all those beautiful, and then it blows up. And the thing about it is that the AR, while it can be very useful, like I said, all these things are very, very useful. They can be useful for very beneficial
in the right
things.
Hands, I guess you would say.
Right. Mm-hmm. Beneficial in medical field. It can be beneficial in. Think about this: if you're under your car, let's say you're looking, you don't know anything about mechanics. You call mechanic up. This is in the future, right? Let's say you call your mechanic up and you say, I got to fix something on my car. You open your hood up.
Mechanics.
What's that?
I can't wait for digital mechanics. We did a show.
No, that's exactly what I'm saying.
Mechanics.
Yeah. No, mechanics suck, but here's the thing. Not all of them, but most of them. But here's the thing. You call the mechanic up, right? And he says, pull out your whatever, some device. The device comes up and it projects a hologram of what you're looking at. And you can spin the hologram. The guys explain to you, here's what you do. Spin it this way. You see that little bolt right there?
Mm-hmm.
That's the one you want to take out, blah, blah. He goes with it to you with the hologram. You then say, okay, and he works you through it with a 3D model so that you don't have to worry. You don't have to think, am I doing this wrong? Because you know, so that's a great tool, right? But you can take that exact same tool and hurt a bunch of people with it. The same tool, and then use it to hurt a ton of people. So at the end of the day, that's when people say, I know this is kind of a hot topic when people say about, like, say, for example, guns. They'll say, ban guns, ban guns. If your neighbor hates your guts, right? And he goes to the gun store and he's like, Sean, I'm gonna tell you what, man, that dude barbecues way too loud.
Damn, he barbecue too loud. That
barbecue way too loud. He goes there, he's outside barbecuing loud. His barbecues be loud, blah, blah. I'm tired of him. I don't even want to talk to him. So he goes to the gun store. The guy goes, sorry, man, we don't sell guns no more. And like, what do you mean sell guns? No, the town banned guns. The guy hates you. You know what he's going to say next? How about your knives? He's going to tell the guy, do you got any knives? You know why? Because the gun ain't going to kill you. The guy's hate for you is going to kill you. Because if there ain't no guns, ain't no knives, he's going to say, well, I guess I got to just go over there and just choke the mess out of Sean.
A nigga run up on me with a knife, he gonna get his ass beat.
I think what Angel's alluding to is that the tools that we create aren't exactly what the danger is. The danger is how we use those tools and what we use them for, and how they're driven, like within our emotional aspects. Because people harm each other every day non-violently, sabotaging them, giving false information. In many ways we can harm each other. In the end, it's just like the individuals are the ones that are dangerous, not the things that we create. So for instance, like we're talking about AR, and AR is so beneficial for training purposes.
Oh yeah.
Let's say you got flight simulators, vehicle simulators, surgery simulators. Some of the greatest successful surgeries were practiced on AR software that allowed them to practice that surgery over and over again to find out the best way to do it. And then when they performed it in real life, they were going in there with confidence and relaxation, and it allowed them to execute because they practiced it so well on the simulator. So, but at the same time, the same simulators can be devastatingly terrible how they're used and implicated into society.
Exactly.
Or implemented, not implicated, implemented into society.
I got you.
Yeah, so real quick, just for your audience, AR and VR, the difference.
Augmented reality, virtual reality.
versus reality, in case your audience, just to know that the virtual reality is a completely generated world, while augmented reality is virtual objects cast onto your actual life,
like meta goggles, meta glasses, shit like that.
Yeah.
So just to button this up, Angel, do you feel that in the future is a fully integrated virtual reality gaming world as opposed to the analog world that we grew up? We had controllers. You could nudge your homie, slap the sticks out his hands and shit like that. That world is gone.
Well, it doesn't. It might be. I mean, Edwin, remember how many times you played Street Fighter? Like how many times you played Street Fighter and how much fun it was. Kids aren't doing that. I think that it's up to people who from that era to preserve what they can preserve as long as possible. And I think here's the thing. I think for the future, again, it comes from my worldview. But in the future, I believe that yes, all these technologies. Now, I understand this. If VR does not produce what the 1%ers want, they'll just move to something else. But I do believe that VR and AR, as you see with the Meta glasses, being the Ray-Ban, they have the Ray-Ban.
They're going hard pushing these too. That was pushed really during the Super Bowl. They're pushing it hard right now.
They got movie stars. They got commercials now. They're pushing these things. But understand that these are all objects of control.
Edwin, who we got today as our co-host, Not Angel. You know, our regular co-host. Who we got today?
Oh, today, our co-host today, the cup, as we like to call it, is McDonald's.
Oh, you went and fuck with Ray Kroc. Ain't no picture on there.
Hey man, these are the cups though. See, I'm using these cups because you know we middle class, yo. We save our cups. Just to show you how real it gets, yo. I got the Wingstop, but that's not Wingstop's not the cup today. Today is the McDonald's cup.
Sorry.
Is Ray's head frozen too?
Oh yeah, it's frozen. I'm drinking the liquids that actually that was actually flowing through the device while it froze.
AR juice.
His last words were, "I'm loving it." Frozen.
Hey, so my question, Angel, is as we dove deep into this topic, we kind of went more into the aspects of the applications. But let's look into like where we are, like, you know, gas prices going up. But in this space, we got RAM in the hard drive space. All of that's going up. Is there a path to getting these prices to come back down some, or are we looking at the new norm where the next age of consoles and gaming are going up? And do you think that GTA 6 taking so long has to do with the next step they're trying to take and how they're creating this virtual reality space? Because they're really advertising this to be something that's way different. Like, you could do so much. I mean, they're like really increasing the details of what you can do in this world, because there's a story mode, but it looks like the selling point is what you can do outside of the story mode. We can do where you're free riding and all of this stuff. You could basically, it's like like people did with Sims, but like a more advanced version of Sims.
Roller coaster.
So I mean, what do you think about all of those things?
Well, real quick, let's talk about the RAM. Let's tackle the RAM part. Is this going to be a new norm? I think it's 90% no. I'm gonna tell you why. Remember that the RAM, the shortages on tech and chips started back in COVID. When COVID hit, we had a worldwide shift in the way things were manufactured, new rules, yada yada, this and the other. But understand that everything I'm about to say, pretty much all of the world's issues are manufactured. So when you talk about something natural versus something manufactured, right? You know, if you think about you're driving to the beach, sunny day, all of a sudden a storm hits. It comes out of nowhere. You'll say, man, somebody, not that I'm not going to go into the whole manipulated weather thing right now, but
don't hit us with the harp, Angel. Don't hit us with the harp.
Oh, don't say that. We gotta bleep that out. Better bleep it out. No, but when you go into something manufactured versus natural, right? And the thing with the RAM thing and that whole shortage, pretty much the entire COVID, people by now, like Sean was saying earlier, you got to be an idiot to think that this is some sort of natural event, that it just happened and it was some sort of, no, we know that these were bioengineered things that caused it, and we know this leak was not a leak. It was put out there. It's not like this thing where just oopsie, it happened, right? They try to take control, blah blah blah, all this other stuff. Again, this is just a litmus test. They do this to see where is society at in our plan. They do it, they pull back, and now what do you see? Do you see any more news reports, people talking about COVID? No. Why? Because the litmus test is over. They've done it. Now they're on to the next thing. That's how it goes. Well, RAM first it started with then chips production globally were down. The chips, of course, that affects RAM, CPUs, any kind of system on chip type production, anything like that was affected. That's the first part. But then came AI. And what happened with AI? Well, at first, it comes along, hey, look at this new thing. It's going to help you do your spreadsheets. It's going to help you do your job. It can help you put together your grocery. It's a Trojan horse of a bunch of useful things that mom can do. That's how it started. Remember, this is to help mom and dad. It was not nothing like necessarily initially for business. It was something like, hey, this can help everybody, blah, blah, blah. Okay, well, fine. They come in. But what happened with eventually was that everybody started to invest in AI. It started to be sold to everybody as this big thing. And what happens that when people are being sold on AI, they start investing in AI and evaluations go up. If you guys know who Sam Altman is, OpenAI. So Sam Altman said he went to Micron and he said that And remember that because of these, go back a little bit, is that because of this, Samsung and remember the big memory makers, Samsung, huge, Micron, huge. These guys are the guys that make the chips. What did they say? They said by 2023, they were like, we're going to cut production. Why? Because remember that they had a huge overstock. They're not going to keep making stuff. So what happens is they stop making stuff. Then that supply goes away, and now, we need more. So then and SK Hynix, if you guys know, they're huge. They're another huge company. The same thing. They cut production. When we get to Sam Altman, this was a funny thing, is that when he went and said he did a letter of intent. If you guys don't know this, here's what he did. He sent a letter of intent to buy 40%. Okay, I want you to understand, 40% of total volume of, I believe it was Micron, for AI. So what happens? They say, they look at it as like a deal. This is a deal. He's going to come in by 40%. That signals this, shortage, whatever. Like, because Micron, in case you guys, he's one of the top people, so he's going to buy almost half of it. And they're like, whoa, shortage. Everything, then it goes up when you see the RAM, 200, 300, 400% higher. And guess what happened recently? He said, I didn't mean it. I'm not going to buy. That wasn't really like a sale. That was more of like,
an agreement.
Just more like this, like verbal thing. Well, guess what? Now he didn't buy them. Why is this good news for us? Because now that means that 40% that was supposedly being created for them could, right now, RAM prices have already dropped in the US.
Back into rotation now. So
yeah, they've already dropped in price. So this whole AI thing, the AI bubble is I believe is gonna burst, sooner than later, because when you look at OpenAI's evaluation, what they're evaluating, they're talking about their trillions. They're not. Remember that evaluation is typically on revenue,
projected revenue,
and projection, right? So when you talk about $1 trillion companies, let's go through a couple, like or at least high billions. Nvidia. Microsoft,
4.5 trillion.
Yep. Alphabet, Apple, they can evaluate themselves at 5 trillion. Why? Because they're selling a ton of products, they're selling a lot of services, and they have a lot of things outside of AI. AI companies like like OpenAI have an Anthropic. They have AI. That's it. They're not making revenue somewhere else.
And all of that.
Yeah, they don't have like all this other stuff. So the evaluations are ridiculous. People are going to stop investing, and that bubble should at least burst and cause these prices go down.
Correction. We'll say correction.
Yeah, they're going to be now. Do I think they're going to be as cheap as ever before? I can't know, because inflation does play a role, and global economy plays a role that I'm not an expert to predict. But I can say they will go down. If anybody's interested right now in buying PC parts, don't, unless your buddy is
stealing them.
Well,
unless they're falling off the truck. Sean went right there, stealing them.
That's what it is.
If your buddy is selling them, if he's selling them, then cool. I gave Edwin 16 gigs of RAM that at the time, he said he needed some more RAM. I said, yo, I got these 2.6. I sent over. I'm like, dude, the way the prices went up, I'm like, probably should have sold it.
Give me my ship back.
No. Here's the thing. I don't mind at all. I'm not that kind of person. But the thing about it is that if you can get that, cool. If you're buying, don't.
That's what he meant by that. When you said steal them, that's not what he meant.
So, that's a steal. But
I'm talking about physically stealing. They could crash Sly Cooper. Come and take this shit.
Yeah. No, but PC parts, man. Wait a little while, see what happens. The stuff that the RAM and all these chip shortages, most of it is artificial. And even when it's in stock, if you guys are into gaming, you guys know that for years, it's been years now that NVIDIA and AMD have been playing the game of GPU shortage. And like I said, it is a game. Even when there was no shortage, you had a $500 video card that should cost $200, and a $500 video card that should cost $500 costs $1,200. And it's because it's all manufactured, guys. These guys are all about money, all about control. There's not a single conspiracy we're going to talk about.
They create a perception, and once the perception's out there, it takes a life of its own, and then they benefit from it.
Facts.
Correct. Yeah. It's all like that. It's all like that. It's all about,
which is wild. It's the game
world is a rich man's trick. That's what they say. So.
It's wild. It's wild. Yeah, so, I mean, is it safe to say now at this point that what we know of AI in reality today, AI is nowhere on the level of like Skynet or Alex from Paradise? You know, Paradise.
As far as we know, because the technology that we're given, they say, and you being in the service,
those things are so flawed. They're not as intelligent as they are perceived to be.
Well, that's the thing. We don't know that because we don't get the shit until 20 years later. It's deeply field tested.
Yeah. So it's he's absolutely right. The AI that's available to government entities behind. When I say government entities, I'm not talking about Washington D.C. The government entities and companies
behind
the government behind the government, and it's not an actual government; it's corporations. Corporations that represent government behind the government have technology with no checks and balances. That is many decades typically before you see something.
So that's my thing. Yeah. I'm because the amount of money that, and we got to button up this segment in a second, but the amount of money that they're dumping into these businesses, not just the United States, the Saudi government, Japanese governments, European Union governments, fucking the niggas in Iran buying AI chips. It's like everybody is racing to this for what? And I feel like it could be FOMO. We don't want this to pop off and our skirt down, or it could be, and we're going to talk about this in our next segment, the cabal has knowledge of what in 2046 is going to be the play, and I need to put my dominoes in place now. What you guys think about that?
I think it's a little bit of both. It's the FOMO mixed in with the understanding of where it's going to be, and you need to like get ahead of it as much as possible, so that way you're not left standing with nothing in your hand.
Behind. Yes.
Yeah.
Well, you see that in the Cold War. Didn't we see that in the Cold War? I know for you guys who were watching Artemis, go to space. I'm doing the little bunny ears. Go to space and go to
that space race was insane.
I know that was Artemis was awesome, right? They went around the moon and talked perfectly clear to us. You go into Walmart, no signal. But anyway. Anyway, right?
That's facts, Angel.
We can 240,000 miles, no problem. Through all the asteroids, through the the asteroid belt, all that stuff, no problem, man. Hey, can you hear me now? Sure. Go to Walmart. Hey, dude, where you at? Hey. Then he called you back. Hey, man, sorry, man, I was in Walmart, dude. Oh, okay. Right.
Walmart geofencing you out, nigga.
But here's the thing. Remember that the space race, you had the first the first guy orbiting, Russian. First satellite, Sputnik, Russian. So like when everyone's talking about FOMO and stuff like that, what happened? We had to say, listen, we're not even close to getting to the moon. Then we have to, do this whole moon landing thing, which, there's two sides of that. People say, I can't believe people still believe it's a hoax. I can't believe that people don't believe that we went to the moon. Well, if NASA wasn't so dumb in putting out videos, and it might be still online, check it out for yourself. The video that says that a guy from NASA was being interviewed and they asked him why we haven't been back. And you know what he said? He said, because we lost the technology. We lost the technology. And your iPhone right now has about 20,000 more times the power than the computer they used to send them, supposedly. But they lost the technology. And the telemetry data. The telemetry data that came from that mission, right? That came from it. Oh, it's lost. It's lost. It's like you, Sean, saying this. You went fishing. And you pulled up a fish. You're like, well, this fish is huge. You take a picture of it. You cut it. You start to clean it. And inside, you see like this bottle or something with a map in it. And the map shows this is where Atlantis is. And it's you authenticate it. You get a data. You're like, yo, this could be the thing. And then the next day, someone's like, yo, Sean, you ready to go? Let's go do this thing. You're like, oh, dude, I lost it. Yeah, right. Bro, you're gonna sleep. You're gonna hug that thing. You're gonna be sleeping with your girls and be like, hey, baby. You're like, no. Gotta sleep with the map. Gotta sleep with the map.
There's a place you need to get. I can get you there right back. I'm the map.
I gotta hug the map because the thing is, if you
there's
really
no way
you
get rid of that
there's
map.
No way. Listen, the thing about it is, if you have something like that in your possession, I can guarantee you with everything that you're gonna take care of that thing because you know that if that map is right, you, your kids, their kids, your family, your friends, the neighbor you hate will never have to worry about money, because you're going to be the richest man in the world if you find something like that. So if you're telling me that they went to the moon and they go, oops, we lost all the telemetry data. We don't know where it went. Oopsies. Keep giving us billions of dollars. Like, no, you didn't lose it because there's nothing there. And the reason that the people don't, they say, well, you're just a conspiracy theorist. Really, it's not a conspiracy theory. If you tell me that I'm going through a tunnel on the way to Pittsburgh and I'm talking to you on the phone and oops, the signal goes out, but somehow, and here's what people will say, listen, guys, because you might get some comments. They'll say, you're stupid. You don't understand technology. What they use to talk to the astronauts is different. It's not a cell tower, blah, blah, blah. It works like this and it can do this, but your cell tower can't. Right. Those same people will say, do you know where the microwave came from? Research at NASA. They were doing stuff at NASA and that developed at NASA and now using it for you. Oh, right. So the communication technology that allows you to talk to the moons for some reason, that can't be implemented here. For some reason, we can't talk to each other in a tunnel, but the technology that enables them to talk to the moon, no problem.
Selective reasoning.
Yeah, it's almost like it works for microwaves and aluminum foil and all this other stuff that we got from NASA. But when it comes to being on the phone, oh well, damn, dude, I don't know how they're gonna do that. And it's like, no, come on, bro. Use your brain. They didn't go.
It falls into like this. Could they or couldn't they? What we may not know for a factual. What we do know the fact is BS to claim that all the data was lost. It's BS to claim that you no longer possess the technology to do it, because technology is an advancement. Once you achieve an advancement, you have the advancement. It's not like all of a sudden you just lose it. It's like I just learned how to ride a bike yesterday, and then 5 months from now I have to be taught again. It's like, no, dude, I already learned.
Right.
And it's blueprints they put out for this shit. They not just spitballing, they writing this shit down.
It's like we gotta see like how this government has all this information from all of its history, but that one specific thing is lost.
Right. It's like they'll be like, no, we can tell you the truth about everything except that. The fact is that and the thing about it is, guys, at the end of the day, they don't really care about guys like us talking about it, as long as we don't come out with proof. If you had a picture of something, hi, bro, change your name. I don't use your cell phone again, whatever. But we just
I don't think you can hide at this point in 2026 unless you pull a.
Hey, whenever someone claims something, the burden of proof lies on them. Like if I claim that I could do 2 backflips in succession without any assistance, then for you to believe me, I have to show you that I can do it. If you claim that we went to the moon and then people are claiming, hey, it's like that might be fake because you don't have the technology, then you have to prove that it's not fake. Until you can do that, then you can't say, I can't believe people think it's fake. It's like, yeah, people believe it's fake because you said some crazy shit that put that in their heads that it's fake. And now you can, in order to eliminate that, you got to produce evidence to say, hey, you guys are full of shit. This really happened. And it's not going to happen because guess what? Who knows?
Hey, check out the video. And I'll just leave you with this tidbit for all your audience and for you guys to go watch for yourself. Watch the interview they did for Buzz Aldrin and all those guys after they landed. If you guys have not seen it, go check out the interview they did right after they came back. If me, Sean, and Edwin went to the moon, right? If us 3 went to the moon and pick another 4th guy, pick some other random Russian or guy to come with us.
Willy Wonka.
There you go. Willy Wonka, governor. So he comes with us. He brings all the chocolate. We go to the moon. They come back. And we come back, right? And I say, Edwin, I want you to answer this question. We just came back from the moon. Me and you just went and we walked on it, right? And I say, Edwin, hey, when you walked on the moon, what was it like? Give me what was your response? Now, of course, you don't know what it's like because we're not going to go, but let's just pretend. What would you say? And how would you say it?
I'd be able to describe in detail the experience because one, it's something that's never been done. So it's going to be the most exhilarating, exciting thing I've ever done. So
there you
I'm going to recall every moment of that moment would be like, I wouldn't be able to stop talking about it.
Right. Yeah.
I'd be overjoyed and be like talking about how this and these particular details is what made it life-changing.
The dust was so fine.
Yeah. What would be more exciting? A roller coaster or going to the moon?
Going to the moon.
Right. And how many times have you been on a roller coaster and you got off? We've been to a theme park together.
Yeah.
Remember when we went to on Nitro? Remember it was raining? We went to Jersey.
Nitro. Shout out King.
Hey, we went there. Check it out. And we got on Nitro and we got what we were doing. We were like, yo, that thing was awesome.
That's crazy.
The drop was hot, blah, blah, this and the other. If your reaction to the moon would be greater, of course it would be. You'd be the same way. Yo, the moon, blah, blah, blah. Check out the interview they did after they came back. The most disinterested, the most depressing interview you ever seen. They're like, yeah. They asked him, did you see stars? The guy goes, nah, I didn't see stars. Another guy goes, yeah, wait, no, I did see stars. Watch the interview for yourself and you tell me. I'm talking about wipe your mind of bias. Wipe your mind, because that's what I do. I wipe my mind of bias. I wipe my mind of any kind of
it's all natural body language. And if I don't
watch it for yourself, and you're gonna say these guys just came back from the moon.
No, they didn't.
No, what? Tell me what really happened, because if you're telling me these guys came back from the moon and this is their response, hell, I would love to know what their life is like, because they must have been through some exciting stuff for them to come back like, oh yeah,
the moon's boring.
It was
first of all, it's a dangerous journey, because the likelihood of for you to exit the atmosphere is a dangerous situation. You could die in that moment, and then the reentry is also a dangerous situation. Just those two details alone would have you all crazy and shit. So, do you know where they came back from, Angel? Universal Studios, Florida. That's where they came back.
Global guts.
Hey, check out the NASA video. Again, this is probably on their website. This is a real NASA video. Check out the NASA video where the guy is. He has a marker, and he has like one of those white clear through boards, and he's drawing, and he's telling you what's between the Earth and the moon, and he talks about this radiation field that we can't get through. He says we can't get through this, and then but somehow we're still at the moon. You watch it and put the pieces together and go, wait a minute, NASA, you guys are so stupid. But here's the thing: they know that we're stupider. They know that people are dumber. That they're gonna hear it and go, no, we believe the government. You know, I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna tell you this right now, dude. Every person in the world, me, you, everyone is a sheep. The only difference that we have between us as humans is who is your shepherd. Who is your shepherd? Like I told you before, in my worldview, my shepherd is Jesus. I believe what the truth statements that he makes are but when it comes to these kind of conversations, my shepherd is common sense and logic. It's illogical for you to tell me that these men had this experience that no one supposedly has ever had, and you come back talking about, well, it's illogical. And then when you put out videos, when you put out videos that say, oh, this picture is photoshopped. Oh, none of our pictures are actually pictures. They're all photoshopped. We even have a job listing for a person who touches up. When you come out and do that, you can't expect my logical mind to say, oh, damn it, then it's definitely real. No, it's definitely not.
It's easier. Me and Ed talk about this a lot. It's easier for people to lock in, go to work, wash their car, watch their TV shows, man. And that's what it comes down to at the end of the day. People just want a peaceful death, man. And people are defeated, to keep it real in so many senses of the word. And a lot of people, I believe, started off like that. As a child, you're curious. You want to figure things out. You ask the questions. But then once you realize that nobody else is going to hear you scream. Yeah. It's like, what's the point? Let me just
just live the life in the space that I live in and keep my peace that I have my peace.
Until
and then you just turn the blind eye. Yeah. And then usually that's what happens. The beef has to come to your front door for you to go lock in. And it's like just like you said, like the tragedy of 9/11. We were all walking around like, hey, everything's great. And then for like a 5-year period after 9/11, everybody was like all patriotic and like, oh yeah. And we're like, oh, it's like we had a moment where nobody was talking about black, white, Asian, none of that, because everyone was just like, America.
It was talking about the Indians.
Yeah,
Indians was getting the smoke.
Oh yeah. The Middle Easters were.
We had a common foe.
Yeah, everybody was going.
It was just a common foe. So
7-Elevens were closed for that period of time, and
Are I hope you guys are monetized because that one just lost it right there.
Shit, Reddit out here. You see Donald Trump? That's shit. That's what I'm saying. So like the big thing for me is, man, these Epstein files came out and it's depicting these people eating babies. All of that shit that you was talking about with that building, the blue and white building, all of that is public knowledge now, and the meter hasn't moved. So we are deeply asleep, bro. I said, well, I put myself in it because I'm sitting here shooting a podcast instead of
the show. The Boys just showed that. If you see first 2 episodes of The Boys season 5, they actually covered that very, very moment when Homelander was shown on a video leaving a whole airplane of people to die and then threatened to kill them if they tried to jump in with them. And then after that video, they basically just said it was deep faked and it's not true. And the needle didn't move at all. Nobody questioned nothing, but there's still some detractors. Of course, there's always people, but they got to look at it from a global standpoint. If the majority believes it, then we're fine. All those people say, we'll just call them, just say they're part of a cult. Oh, those are the Starlighters.
Right.
They're doing that. And the crazy thing is the boys are doing that in real time, fictional, but they're throwing little jabs at our society at the same time. Like, hey, it's not really about Homelander, but who's the Homelander in the situation?
Jeffrey Epstein. That's who's 100%. This is real life. Man. People, real kids got molested, and nobody is. I got my Mercedes truck.
Right.
That's all that matters.
GTA 6 is around the corner.
Until the dick in your ass. When the dick in your ass, then you're gonna want to call the DOJ. Until then, shit A-okay.
Nah, here's the thing. Hey, the thing about that too, man. If you think like what you said about the needle not moving, is that the ones that have the power to move the needle are the same ones advocating for the safety and welfare of children. But when something comes out, they're like, ooh, don't talk about it because guess what? I'm actually part of it and I'm not letting you know that I'm part of it. Like, it's really twisted.
I think we have forgotten that we are the ones who have the power to move the needle. But it's so much.
We're divided, dude.
Yeah, we so fragmented.
We're too busy fighting amongst ourselves and disagreeing with ourselves that we can't come together to move the needle.
And that's manufactured, my friend. That's manufactured.
Yeah.
The thing about it is they want to keep red and blue because they don't want purple. That's what it is.
That's facts.
They don't want purple, man. That's it.
Ooh, goosebump. Hey, you know what to do, Sean. What to do, Sean. Hey, that's the one right there.
Angel say, right blue, not purple.
That's the one right there. That's the one. That's the closer.
Sorry, guys. I had to walk away from my microphone because I can't drop it. So I just walked away and came back.
Yeah. That's all you can do.
Okay,
the microphone.
Has to walk away.
I walked away. Yeah, that's what I did. I walked away, looked out the window.
Y'all not listening to me this morning in this church.
You did not hear him clearly.
You didn't hear me.
Said,
Baby,
we still got red and blue because they know they can't have purple. They do not want purple, so they're gonna keep it red and blue. Listen.
Born and raised in the
hey, get a soundboard so every time something like that happens, you can just hit a little praise dance button.
We usually hit the gong. When Ed dropped Jules, we hit.
I was waiting. I knew Angel was gonna drop one. I was like, that was it right there. That was the one.
We had to drop Jules. Okay,
we're at a crossroads, Sean. What do we do here? What do we do here? Because we got time.
I got you, baby girl.
Okay, got you. My bad. I should just let you do what Sean do. My bad.
Moving on. Speaking of all of that, recently, YouTube and Facebook were vehemently denying claims that they were at fault for the current status of a handful of individuals' mental health that had crashed out. One person had put themselves out the game. Angel, when we say we put yourself out the game, that means you thrilled yourself. Do you know what I mean by somebody who thrilled theirself?
Yeah, I know that. I was trying to come up with a clever pun, but I get it.
Okay. Yeah. Replace the T with a K. You thrilled yourself. But a lot of people are going through a lot of mental health issues, therapy, neuroactive redactory, and all types of shit. So these claims were brought to the federal courts, and it was found that these entities were at fault for developing, fostering, and making these situations bigger for the people. So, Edwin, my question to you is, and they they sued, these people were given millions of dollars, their estates, if they were put out the game, their estates got all of this money. So my question that I pose to you, Ed, how do we allocate blame here? Is it these big tech companies or these big social media platforms? Of course, as you've seen that TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, X, Rumble, all of the Pornhub, however you get your jollies off. Are these companies responsible for your decisions that you've made? Parents allow their children to be on social media. You know, I'm a father, you're a father, Angel, you're a new father. Well, I don't know, Angel, is this your first time you let raw in somebody, or you got more kids?
No, he got two.
Okay, so you've been busting off raw, so you know what this is. So these parents, are we at fault for what we allow our children to be exposed to, or should these technological giants place guardrails to protect the youth? Ed, I'll let you step on that first.
All right, I'll start it off. So, I mean, in my opinion, is like you gotta look at it like, can they have sole blame? No, you can't really give sole blame over individuals and their actions. And I would like to say there's a however, but let's look at it from a standpoint of how social media came to be. It's a platform. Let me
say this real quick. Remember, we was just talking about weapons. It's not the gun that kills people.
Yeah.
So go ahead.
Yes, sir. So well, we have to look at it from a standpoint how social media first was integrated into our society. These are mediums, just like Google is a medium. People Google things thinking that Google is fact and Google is truth. Google is just information. That's all good, bad, and relatively subjective, objective information. It's just information. It's up to the user to decipher what's good, what's bad, and what's true, what's fact, what's fake, what's phony. It's up to the user. So let's look at it like this: like someone's doing something on social media that's incorrect. Should those mediums have like balances in place? They do, but can they really police everybody? No, they can't. People have their own ways of using things, just like in gaming world. They create games, and then over time, people that have computer gamers can rewrite code, change code, or interject their own code. So it's like you could call it hacking, whatever you want to name the term. So it's like these are the objects that would use the mediums. So we're gonna just look at it and say, oh, this person got into this trouble. Oh, we gotta blame Facebook for it. It's like, well, Facebook is just a medium for you to use at your leisure. Now they do implement some rules and regulations, and when people are being bullied, and then they put you in Facebook jail. But that's as far as they can go with it, because at the end of the day, you're in an argument with Joe Schmo, and Joe Schmo's arguing with Peter Dinkle, and Peter Dinkle just made fun of Emily. Now Emily just put herself out the game. Should we blame Facebook or Peter Dinkle? You know what I'm saying? Like, let's think about this.
Not Peter Dinkle.
So I mean, I'm just making up names, you know. But in the end, it's like, I think that those mediums are taking actions based on what's happening, but you can't predict how people are going to react and how they're going to use your mediums. Once you put it out into the world, into the space, then the population will use it, and those manufacturers and the people that are creating this stuff aren't the only ones that got the brains and the science to do it. You got regular people out in Russia right now rewriting code as we speak, and they're changing things. So can you really put the blame, like from a legal standpoint? How can you? Because in the end, the Facebook, Instagram, all they can say, hey, look, we pushed it out there. You can't shoot the messages. Like the postman comes up to your house and gives you an eviction notice. You're gonna shoot the post office man or the guy that sent the letter? You know what I'm saying? That's what we're looking at. Angel, I'll let you take it from there.
Hey man, let me ask you this. Do you sue tobacco companies because people get cancer from smoking? So here's a fact, man.
Because they got a Surgeon General warning on it, though.
Yeah. Oh wow.
That Surgeon General warning came after a lawsuit.
But I'm sure Facebook has warnings in those thousands of pages of information that you skip when you log in. But go ahead.
So here's the thing, man. Like, I think the reason and I didn't see I don't know the case in detail, but I think that when you look at it, like here's two sides of it. Why would I find them guilty? I'd find them guilty because they knew what they were doing. It's not like they went in there and said, oh, gee, I didn't know this would be addictive. I didn't know that this would. Did you know there was
they set it up like that, Angel?
Guys, check this out. Check out this study. In 2010, they started a study. They were doing brain scan on children. Okay. After now we're 15 years later, whatever. I can send you guys the clip later. But this brain neurosurgeon guy, whatever, neuroscientist, whatever he is, found that interaction with tablets and basically screen time, interactive screen time, was destroying the white matter in the brain in these children. In the long term, what it did was that these children, with this effect, ended up having higher rates of everything that you don't want. Higher rates of depression, higher rates of anxiety, higher rates of not hanging out with other human kids. All right. So they were doing everything was so this is like proven now. And this guy said, so you can rebuild that. There is the good news is that it can be rebuilt where your brain can get back this what was lost. But the other effects that it has on children, and the thing is, it's not like these guys didn't know. Now they may have not known the physical effects, but they knew what they were doing right from the get-go. It's like me saying this: I invent I blend a tomato with tobacco, and I sell it. And of course, people are like, I don't know why, but I love this tomato, and I keep buying it, and I won't buy anything else.
That's scandalous,
right? Hey, that's what's happening. I create it, I buy it, and then you get addicted, and then I say, so, hey, I didn't know you were gonna love these. This was gonna happen to you. Of course, you know this is gonna happen. That I knew was gonna happen to you. That's the whole reason I blended it was for that. So when these guys say, if their defense is like we didn't know or it's their parents, blah blah, then no, you did know. On the flip side, what Edwin was saying, I'm a parent. All of us here are parents. I very much control. My job is not to, as a parent, is not for my kid to like me. I want my kid to like me, but my job is to be his parent. Is to be his dad. If he likes me, cool. But if he doesn't like me, it's not going to be at the cost of me not being his parent. So I regulate what he watches, what he consumes, what he hears, the best I can. Is we don't cuss in our house, but he's going to hear F-bombs. But when he hears, I say, hey, son, you don't say that. Okay, so that's my parenting, right? So it's my job. But if I didn't do that, and then my son comes home and says, Daddy, I killed an effing cat, I'm not going to be like, oh, I'm going to blame the cartoon that he saw it on because me. I let him out. I didn't tell him not to say the bad word. It's me. I'm the one who's responsible. Of course, there's variables we can't control, environmental variables we can't control. They're friends. They're, whatever.
Once you get to school, you're in the game.
Right. Yeah. It's in my kids aren't that, in school yet. But even then, you as a parent, especially in today's day, when me and Ed, when all of us were in school, there's things that we didn't have to worry about. There's things that today happens that we don't have to worry about. And when we get home, it's the parent's job to be like, what happened at school today?
That right. Part, yeah.
So today when kids go to school, what happened? You have a good day? Yeah. They say, yeah, sure, right. They got bullied in the morning. They got harassed in class. The teacher called them stupid. And then they get, and then the bus driver says something to them. And then they get home and say, talking about, yeah, I'm fine, Dad. Even bus drivers be bullying nowadays.
I wish the bus driver would try to bully me. I'd be like,
hey, yo, them bus drivers be on some crazy shit, yo.
No, for real. Like sometimes they be doing that. I'm just saying that when kids today, the parents aren't saying, "Hey,
black
son."
Community, the bus drivers got roasted. Go ahead.
Nah, but look, they get home and they can't talk to their parents, and then the parents, when they do talk to the parents, they're interested in, "Do you like me?" I'm like, look, that kid who shot, and it's not just one, but recently there's a kid who shot his parent for taking away their games. Here's the thing: who set that up? Was it the game's fault? Edwin, how many times did we get punished? How many times did we get punished to get our video game taken away? And we thought, me and you got together like, yo, Edwin, man, I can't believe your mom took away Nintendo. Let's hang her. Did we ever do that? No. It's not even a thought. It's not even a thought. It's not even.
The crazy thing is that we actually thought about how can we make sure this doesn't happen again.
Right. It was more like, okay, let's not do that because I want to play.
Yeah.
Like our thought processes never went there.
So has the schematics of the brain. See, this is what I believe. I believe the social people, these kids don't have any social skills. Correct. They live off of watching I Show Speed and Casanat, and that's how they learn how to deal with situations.
And Corey Kenshin.
They don't know how to go out. You need to go get your ass beat in the street. You need to have conflict between at least men, boys.
Beat in the street.
You need to know that if I run up on this boy and talk crazy, he might whip my ass, or I might win, But now I know if I talk crazy, I at least have that conflict to have. And is it worth it? Win, lose, or draw? And that's what dictates how you flow through society. This world has gone so far away from real consequences, keyboard warriors, if you will. I can say whatever I want and I can just put it out there for clout. Back in the day, you can't just do anything for clout because niggas will jump you behind High's Dairy Store. So you got to be careful. You coming out with some mint chocolate chip, and
you got to use a little diplomacy sometimes.
Yes, and that's gone, bro. It's like I try to tell my son this, and I don't think you can mitigate what your kids see. Both my kids are in privatized schools. They still, man, I saw somebody getting some head at lunch. I'm like, God, this is Catholic school. It's a wrap, no matter where you go, because parents suck. These kids that grew up with shitty parents are now shittier parents, and they don't know how to coach their kids. I thank God that I know Edwin in depth, and I know how he would talk to his son. Angel, I'm sure you would be on the same type of time. If your son came with you to a problem, you're not going to say, well, that's just the way it is, son. You can be like, well, what's happening? How's it going? My nigga, this is what I would do. And really be able to level set with your child and be honest with your child.
Actually give him good guidance and how to not only, because you're not supposed to fix the problem, but you can fix the problem if you can, but you also have to teach them how to fix the problem themselves.
How would you work through it, son?
Because if you don't, then they're always just going to depend on you.
Guys, look, right now, my kids, man, they love these magnetiles and these blocks, right? When Hezekiah, my son, started building with this stuff.
That's an awesome name.
Yeah, man, he's the best, man. He'll be on here one day on the
no, don't let him hear. You gonna fuck up now. Why throw him to hell?
On the child friendly version, on the kid version. Y'all gonna have Too Late We Said It kids version.
Oh, shit.
Let's talk about blocks and stuff. But now look, he used to build them, and at first it started random, where he just put them together. Now he's an architect, right? But what happened was his little brother be knocking him down. So when he knocks him down, he gets mad. I said, come here. What do I tell you all the time? When something doesn't go your way, what do? He said, what I tell you? He says, I can rebuild, Daddy. That's right, rebuild. Do it again. Don't worry about if he's going to knock it down. Rebuild. Don't give up. And I try to teach him the principle of when something gets knocked down, you pick it up and rebuild. And the thing is that the kids, like I said, sometimes he'll say, Daddy, can I buy this, kind of that, whatever. If I don't deem it as something that's safe.
What I was saying, pause. Say father, say dad, daddy kind of zesty. Say dad.
Kids can say daddy, Sean.
He said daddy. He said daddy. But look, he'll ask me stuff, and I'll say, if I don't think that it's safe for him, if I don't think that he should watch it, he'll ask for cartoons that maybe he's seen someone else watch, and I'll say to him, no, you can't watch that. Why? Because I said I don't need a reason. I'm your dad. So let me tell you something. One thing I've learned about children, before I had kids for 10, 15 years, I was teaching children at the church and the youth. And you see, so every year it's like school. You have 9th graders, and then the 10th grader, 11th graders, and then you get a bunch of kids cycling in and out.
Right.
Here's the thing, man. I learned that when I observe kids and their parents and kids on the long run, because sometimes I might have had a kid from 7th grade and he in college, and I had that, so I see him grow, and I get to compare, and I got to compare these kids sometimes, and you know what I found is that the kids that had it the hardest, and I don't mean hardest where it's like a Russian jail, like a iron fist parent. I mean when they had parents who gave them rules, boundaries, curfew, expectation, right? Those kids on the long run were such a great relationship with their parents, friends, loved them, as opposed to the kids who had the cool parents who let them stay up, let them watch the movie, guess what happened to those kids? Their relationship with their parents was kind of screwed up. It was dysfunctional. They didn't get along, or some of them didn't even talk to their parents after college. And I'm like, you know what? So I learned, and just to really quick, there's a biblical principle where Jesus tells the disciples, he says, now I call you friends because I've told you everything. Before you didn't call me friend. Now I call you a friend because I've told you everything the Father told me. What he was showing us and really showing them is like, listen, before this point, I'm your authority. You did what I said, when I said it, how I said it. But now I'm going to call you friend because I tell you everything, and I'm your friend that you can come now. You can come to me and talk to me. And with parenting, it's the same thing. Authority first, friendship second. You can be your kid's friend, but you better be authority first, so they respect you. How you both you guys? How many times you had a job with your buddy and then you get promoted, now you're their boss? Have you ever been in that situation? I have.
Yeah.
Where you're your
I never been in
friends.
that situation, but I know what you mean. That's the same dynamic, though.
Same dynamic. You're their buddy, and then your authority, and you say, man, you go, wait a minute. I wonder if my friend's not going to respect me as an authority. Well, most, I won't say most, but a lot of times they do. A lot of times they don't, whatever. But the point is that now you're their authority. Then you got to be their friend. Before you were just their buddy. You went out, you hung out. But now that you're their boss, you have to be authority first. You can't say, well, you're my friend, so it's okay. You've been late all week. Yeah. You can't do that. You got to be like, hey, bro, I love you. You're my friend, but I got to write you up.
Wake your punk ass up on time.
Yeah, wake up on time. Can I? Right. I had a guy one time where it was like, hey, can I change your shift? He was like, it's hard for me to get up in the morning. I said, how about this? I'll change your shift. You change your shift, and how about I give you an extra hour? Cool. Okay, cool. Now you can't be. So it's like you do what you can. But the point is with kids, when it comes to parents and kids, same thing, man. I want my iPad. I want my iPad. Son, I don't think it's good for you. You get 30 minutes if you want, and you can only watch what I say. On the long run, though, I'm telling you, man, they're going to appreciate it and grow up to be adults. I say, you know what? My parents, they put boundaries. They set up walls for me. And now I see why they did it is because they care about me. How many people...
Later they'll get older and realize what those boundaries were for, and they go, wow, I'm glad I wasn't exposed to all this when I was too young, because I wouldn't look at it the same. And like now they can look at it because they have already had the foundation of who they are and understand it. So they're not falling into the hole that other people, their peers, are falling into.
So let me ask you this, gentlemen. How do you where do you, like, what age do you start peeling that curtain back on your sons? Hey, son, let me tell you about sex. Let me tell you about drugs. Because these conversations are not only happening late, they aren't happening at all. And they're leaving it to, they don't even do sex education no more in school or shit like that, do you? By the time you 10 years old on TikTok, you shaking your ass. These little girls are shaking their ass. I had my daughter, she was on my, and shout out to my kid's mom, we're not together, but she did a great job of curtailing that. My daughter had a little spurt where she was doing the viral dances and shit. And that go from Team Umizoomi and Coco Melon to Sexy Red and Nicki Minaj real quick. That line blurs really quick, and she cut that shit off. And we had to explain to her what that meant. It's old motherfuckers on YouTube, not to stigmatize old dirty men, but because it's young dirty men too. But they're looking at you for this. They're objectifying you. So just to pull back, where do you start to open their eyes to some of this, so that it's not coming from Mr. Dinkleberg, what you say his name was?
Peter Dinkle.
So Peter Dinkleberg.
The Dinkster.
The Dinkster. That's just as bad as Diddy. But go ahead. What y'all think about that? Go ahead.
Is that me or is that Angel?
Yeah, I'll let you jump it off first, Ed.
Okay, yeah. I think that I think every home life and everything's different. I think everything flows in the way it flows, and you kind of want to keep them. You want your kid to be a kid as long as they're supposed to be a kid. You know what I mean? There's going to be that transitional point. So I think, our bodies start to change when we hit puberty. We start to look at things different. Girls got cooties, boys aren't allowed.
It's not biochemistry anymore. The world is going to show your child this shit before they're ready now.
Oh, I think that in that moment is you try to do what you can and keep your boundaries tight and keep them shielded as long as you can. But if the instance comes where they're exposed, and now your hand is now forced to, now I got to help them understand this so I can close that boundary and not have them rebel against the boundary. So it's part of the thing, I think, is being present. Remember how we talked about earlier? The more present you are with your child, the more your child trusts you over everyone else. So like in Angel's case, since he's super present with his children, when that
Angel
time
monitoring the blocks, so he's gonna be on his job.
So when the time comes where they might be exposed too soon, then Angel will be able to pivot in that moment. But I think that's more of a pivot than is saying, okay, you're at this age, this is the perfect time, because there's no perfect book to parenting. It's just more so of you reacting to how you're moving through the world with your child and you're guiding them. So I think it's more so as you already have the game plan and your boundary set. Every now and then there's someone's going to come in and enter into your boundary. You're going to have to just react to that situation and help your kid understand the situation. And then once you get them understanding, as long as they have your trust, as long as you have their trust and they have yours, then you could close that boundary back and not be too concerned with what that exposure may have done. Yeah. And I think that's just one of those things, because parenting there's no perfect path to parenting. It's just an inevitable thing that your child might see something before you want them to, and it's just about understanding that's possibility and just being ready when it happens.
Presence was a good point there. Angel, what do you think?
I agree with the thing. There's moments in life where it's unexpected, but I look at it like this. In the world, God is the giraffe and we're the turtle. In parenting, we're the giraffe and the kids are the turtle. What I mean by that is, if you're watching one of those nature shows and you have a giraffe and a turtle and they're walking down the same path, and the turtle goes, "I don't know where I'm at." Well, he looks up to the giraffe and says, "Hey, can you tell me where to go?" And he tells them, because the giraffe is way up high and the turtle's down low.
Hold up, Ed.
That's another gong moment, isn't it?
Yeah, yo. Run that back again, yo. Just say the thing again, yo.
I don't think y'all heard me. Hold on. I don't think y'all heard me. Let me give me a stand.
That's the Angel.
I'm back. I just came back. I had to walk around the block.
So let's say this again. In our perspective, God is a giraffe and we're the turtle.
Right.
But in parenting perspective, the parent is a giraffe and the child is a turtle.
That's
right.
And
when the turtle doesn't know where to go, he looks at the giraffe. So the giraffe, with his high point of view, can see what's coming and can tell the turtle where to go.
Right. So check this out. I like that gong.
Another one.
So here's
another one. All right.
The giraffe never asked the turtle for directions. God would never say, "Hey, you, Angel, what do I do?" No. That's not how it works. And the parent, unfortunately, today's parent will look down at the turtle and say, "What do I do?" And the turtle says, "Go here." The turtle's not going to know where to go. Okay, the turtle can't see. So what happens is, as a parent, what I try to do is I try to see what's in the distance. I'm going to prepare my kid to what is in the distance at the appropriate time. If there's a obstacle 10 meters away, I'm sorry, that's I didn't mean to use the metric system there. If it's 10 yards away, if there's some 10 yards away, guess what I'm gonna do? I'm not gonna wait for 9 yards. All right, I'm gonna prepare my kid soon enough to where they can do that. Now, if it's 100 yards, whatever. So to answer Sean's question is, I would say to any parent, regardless of parenting style, look into the distance. Your child cannot see what you can see because you're the adult. So you look far out there and you see what's out there and prepare accordingly. Now, if something is 1,000 yards away, don't tell them now. They're not ready for that. One, they might not be prepared mentally. Two, they're going to forget. So you want to prepare them in the appropriate time. When do you talk to your kids about sex? When it's appropriate. Edwin mentioned the unexpected exposure, right? Unexpected exposure, which I've had in my life. Unexpected exposures to adult things that didn't do me good as a child. So when a parent steps in and says, "Well, that was unexpected," then you couldn't tackle it in a way that's appropriate for that age. Don't say, "Oh, well, he saw an inappropriate movie, so now I got to tell him what who is and a ha-ha is," and you know, who and a ha-ha and who Mr. Dinkster is.
You have to bring it down to their level. That's the detailed part of it.
Right.
Pivot.
Right. Give it to something in a way. Like, for example, my son says, when he asked me where kids come from, I said, "Well, they're in mommy's belly." And then when the baby's ready, the baby. At one time he said, you know what he said to me, man? He said, "Are babies in mommy's belly? Are they in mommy's bellies?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And he says, "And when they're ready, do they come out of the lady parts?" And I said, "Yeah, they come out of lady parts." I don't have to say things that he's not ready for, right? I have to just say things that he understands. He knows that kids come from women. So I think it's appropriate to tell him at an appropriate time. But I think the biggest thing to take away is be the giraffe. Don't look at your feet, looking at the turtle and letting the turtle tell you where to go and dictate the thing. You are up high, there, down low. When you need direction, look to who you serve. I serve God. I serve Christ. So I look to him. But it's an example to our children and say, "Look, I'm up here. Look at me. You eat the leaves on the ground. I eat the leaves on the tree. Trust me that if you keep going in this direction, this is what's going to happen. Don't spare them the reality of the path that they're on, or spare them the reality of this world because you want to be cool and eat the grass from the ground. Don't do that.
Let me ask you this question. Because it's a term that people use sometimes. I got friends in low places. I believe, and of course, let me know how you feel about this. I believe sometimes that we need to learn from our children, because I'm 38. I'm not gonna age none of y'all niggas, but I'm 38, and we're not always in tune with what's really going on in this generation. So if we approach them from a tutelage standpoint on the 90s, it's not going to translate. And this is my perspective. So sometimes I talk to my son, and I don't format it like a teaching experience. I'll be like, yo, what's this? You know, what y'all young kids doing out there these days, for lack of a better word? Then I can research it, and that gives me that 50,000 foot view now as to where the Lego blocks will fall 10 minutes after I push it. And then now I could tell him, yo, I saw bitches putting Kool-Aid in their pussy these days. Be careful when you eat the blue ones out, you know, for example. And now I can tell him where to go at. So I understand that man and God, you know, God and man, man and wife, wife and child. But sometimes we need to step back off that podium and reassess the land, because AI, for example, this shit is moving quicker than anybody.
Children's land is different than when we were children. Now, I agree of 100%, but that part of the journey is called is being the present part, because you're learning as you go as well.
100%.
But that doesn't mean Angel's still talking about where you're positioning. You're positioned as a giraffe. So just because you're down there with the turtle doesn't mean that you become a turtle.
Yeah, you're not leading from turtle land.
Right. Bringing your neck down to see what the turtle's doing. But in the end, you hey man, don't sexualize that. And then
pause it, nigga.
Gotta come back up and still scan the land. All you're doing is seeing
what your ear coming down.
Right. It's like, so it is important, because the part when you're being present, you're seeing what your child's interested in, and then you could start to live in their world, so that way you can learn how to interact with them and get their perspective. But in the end, you still got to be the giraffe. Right. Just like and I agree with that.
And the thing is, when you talk about taking it back and listening to them, remember that until a certain age, I'm not 100% sure what age, but until a certain age, you have ultimate control to at least 80%, 90% to what they listen to. You know what me and my kids watch, man? We watch Family Matters. All right. We watch Steve Urkel, man. We watch it over and over. My kids love it. They sing a song. They think they don't know no different if it's old or new. They don't know the difference. This day and age to be in. Don't get me started.
Don't get me started.
Hey, shout out to Jaleel if you get to listen to this, man. Love you, man.
Jaleel fucking them hoes though. Don't get it twisted. Go ahead.
Love Jaleel, man. Love Jaleel. But here's the thing. You build the world around them. As a parent, you get the most. You're the biggest influence. So like a lot of these guys you mentioned earlier, these influencers, my kids know nothing about them. And until they get much, much, much older, into their teens or something, they're not going to know about these guys, because it's not something I'm going to allow, because I have the right as a parent to do it.
I hate to tell you, bro. You're going to see as they get older.
No.
You're going to lose control at 9, 10. Music makes you lose control. Let's go.
Here's the thing.
I mean, Angel mess around homeschool and then avoid all of that conflict.
Yeah, that's gonna be the only way.
We actually are
under the stairs. You ever seen that movie? People under the stairs. You're gonna have to keep your child.
That's really the only way, Sean. The only way to avoid that is homeschooling, because in the end, just like you was talking about, the minute that they go to school, you have to contend with parents that are loosely being parents. And that could literally undo a lot of what you've done, because then exposure starts to come, and you can't control that. As soon as you send them out to public school, even private school,
bro,
or any school, that whereas you're no longer the giraffe, someone else is the giraffe, you got problems.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Well, go ahead, Angel. My fault. I cut you off.
That's the thing about it, is that you can control, and I know that things happen where you get friends. I had the same thing. Okay, you get friends and they're contrary to your parents. Hey man, ride your bike in the street. I thought I got whooped, bro. My dad said don't ride the bike in the street, and I did. And I got the old school stuff. Okay, this I'm not even gonna say it on this channel. The old school stuff.
RKO,
Old school
get our
display.
tails whooped, yo. Like we had medieval punishments.
Yeah, man. Rice, Edwin, rice and salt. Don't even say what it is. Rice and salt.
Rice and salt.
Rice and salt. But here's the thing.
I don't know what that means.
Oh yeah, we'll tell you later, man. It might be too tough for your audience.
Tell me offline on that.
But here's the thing. The thing about it is, at the end of the day, you're gonna be the biggest influence. I'll give you guys another one. The thing about it is with sheep, and this is it's a biblical example, but it still applies even to us. Is that the sheep? He says the sheep know my voice and they hear me. And the thing behind it is that you can dress up like a shepherd to look like the shepherd of a certain flock, and they'll follow you. And guess when they stop following you? When they hear what you have to say. Because the sheep know the voice of the shepherd, and as soon as he talks, they'll go, oops, this is not my shepherd. So as the shepherding, as we shepherd our children, you get them so intimately to know your voice so intimately and so precisely that when they hear somebody who looks like you and they go, wait, that's not what I was taught. Oh, wait, that's not whatever. Then they'll say, they're going to have the choice. Am I going to follow this person or am I not? So it's up to us to develop a relationship the best we can. Now, of course, are there going to be rogues out there?
Set the foundation early and make that cornerstone really strong.
And now my kids, take their own path and, not do what you taught them and whatever. That's fine. They might do that. But that's not our job, is not to worry about the might and coulda, woulda, shouldas. Our job is to say, I'm going to do everything I can. So when I go to sleep and 20 years from now, if my kid decides to rob a bank, I'm going to go to sleep knowing that I did everything I could. And I'm going to support him. I'm going to love him. I'm going to visit him. And I'm not going to judge him. I'm going to say, you made a mistake, son, but I'm here. Remember what I taught you. Remember what I taught you. Redemption.
Daddy, they fucking me in here.
Sean, I want to know. Oh man, I don't know where you got that. That's not too realistic.
You can't control what they're exposed to in the penitentiary. This is
Angel is right, because even there's a lot of parents out there that's probably done everything they could, and somehow in every flock there's always going to be sheep that go astray. And then you try to, but you can't always save all the sheep. So you just gotta understand that, hey, I lost one, but I still got the flock to look after. So it's like
a good shepherd leaves the flock that is safe and goes out to the one that's lost. He'll tell the sheep that are safe and say, I'll be right back. I got to go get your brother. So, with us is the same way. We can't give up on our kids when they go astray. We can't give up on them when they make bad choices. We have to look at them and say, I love you still. I don't support what you did. I'm not going to say great job on robbing the bank or whatever. I'm going to say, great job, you robbed the bank. I'm not going to do that.
Fuck Citibank, son.
But I'm going to still say, listen, you're still loved. I still care about you. Regardless of your mistake, I'm here to remind you of everything that you forgot that day. Because let me tell you something. When people make mistakes, when people go, the wrong way, you'll find that a lot of people have just forgotten what they already knew. A lot of people, because remember, one of the most common words in the Bible, one of the most common words we should use in life is remember. Like we have to keep our kids remember the law.
Who you are.
Oh yeah,
you are
my son, right? But look, Edwin, that's funny you say that. And you know why it's funny you say that, man? Because that is so true, dude. What does he say when he looks into the water? Simba looks into water. He says, "What do you see?" It's just my reflection. Look closer. Who are you? You are the son of a king. Yep. I would tell my kid if he made a mistake, son, who do you see yourself in the water? Just see me. You know what he's going to say? I see me. What does that represent? My mistakes, my error, my faults. Look harder. Oh, I see the Father. That's right, son. You see the Father that I told you from the beginning was in you. Trust in him. Believe in him. Follow him. You are the son of a king. Everyone's saying that joking around, but you know what? That is true.
Yeah.
You are my son.
That was a huge message.
Same thing. Big message.
It's like the reminder of like everything that I've ever taught you and shown you is coming from everything I was taught and shown. So when you see your father, you're seeing the father of the father. And those are the foundations, because we're supposed to be pieces of the parents that raised us, but we're also supposed to evolve the pieces that they gave us. So we're supposed to be better versions. So you have to take the pieces and become yourself, but then also remember that the foundation was set from what they gave you, and then their foundation was set. So it's the evolutionary chain that we create, and like our responsibilities as parents is to make our kids better versions of where we were, so that way they can be better versions of themselves, and then teach their kids to be better versions. But in the end, the foundation is what we set early on, and let them know, like, here's the foundation of who we are. As long as you stick true to that, everything else will fall into place. And that's why I was like,
hopefully,
for instance, as being a Christian and sticking to the word, when you're sticking to the word of God, then no matter what you do, that foundation is going to carry you through.
Right. Solid rock foundation. And the only thing you can do at the end of the day is be there for each other, but also be there for them, because all of us in this chat, everybody here in this thing, we failed, we've made mistakes. And being transparent with my kid and saying, hey son, I made mistakes. You know how many times I got to tell my son, I put him in timeout and say, you know what daddy did? Mistake. And I tell him my mistakes. And you know what, sometimes he'll come to say, daddy, are you going to say you're sorry? And I'm like, for what? He goes, because earlier you told me this and it hurt my feelings. And I said, did it? And he goes, yeah. And I say, son, I'm sorry. I can't sit there and be like, nah, you wrong. You little punk. You only 4 years. I got to be like,
you little punk.
Little punk.
Correctional officer swag.
I just say to him, you know what, son, you're right. I shouldn't have said that, or I shouldn't have did that. You're right. I'm sorry for what I did. But even as a child, I tell him mistakes I made when I was a kid, mistakes I made as an adult, appropriate things that I can tell him, so that he knows that when you make a mistake, just like his little magnetiles, make a mistake and the building comes down. But you know what you do? You don't fuss, you don't whine, you don't complain. Pick up the pieces, son. Pick up the pieces, son, and make a stronger, better building. That's what I tell them.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. Well, guys, we had some other topics to cover, but we got deep. I like this. I really like this conversation.
It's okay that because where it went was where
we can still do a couple more. We got 9 minutes, right? 10 minutes.
This nigga said 9 minutes.
We done went over by 25 minutes.
Yeah, we good. Being I gotta get on my giraffe shit because my son waiting for me to show his turtle ass to the baseball field, nigga. Yeah, we Angel, we appreciate you coming, man. We definitely appreciate you. You're always welcome back on the show, man. We got some more. We had to kick Sean's conspiracy corner back probably till next week. But if you want to join us next week for that segment, we talked about pre-production. I would love to have you on if you want to come on and kick it with us. That you're always welcome here, brother. Ed, you want to say anything before we disembark?
Yes, sir. Appreciate you, Angel. Man, this has been a very enlightening experience. You joining the conversation, it improved the quality of what we were. I'm really proud of everything that we talked about today. And it was just amazing. You already know, Angel, me and Angel used to have these kind of conversations on a regular all the time anyway. So it's just kind of full circle moment right now that we get to do it in an official capacity for an audience. So let's hope that this episode can reach. And if not, doesn't matter, because the people that will hear it, they're gonna hear it and be like, "Dang, that was some good stuff."
Yeah, we talked enough about the fake moon landing and stuff that maybe we'll get some viral hits. So people are like, fake moon landing, your podcast come to the top. Be like, whoa.
I really gotta put a short and just put moon landing.
Yeah, right? Put that, and then that'll
mislead niggas, yo.
And then you're gonna get you're gonna get a comment in your video. It's gonna say, "I learned about the fake moon landing and how to be a better parent. Best podcast ever."
Thanks, Dad.
It's like if you want to go learn about the fake moon landing and how to be a great parent, be a giraffe and also know the government's full of shit.
Next
Come to the Too Late We Said It podcast.
Too late we said it.
All right, man. So Angel, is there anything you want to say before we get off, man?
This is my first time ever doing anything remotely close to this. I've never done this before.
You did well.
Had a bit of technical hiccups there in the beginning. I will fix those if I join you guys again. I really enjoyed it because it's nice to talk about this kind of stuff. I work from home, so it's like I'm home all the time. So this is kind of a little bit of a hangout for me. So it's kind of cool to hang out with you guys, talk about this stuff. And then another thing too, guys, I talked about earlier my first gong drop. If I would say anything if my first gong drop ever, I would say to all of you guys and your audience, Don't be blue, don't be red. We have to figure out even disagreements. You like this football team, I like this football team. You think this quarterback sucks, I don't think he, whatever. I don't care what it is. If we can't talk about things that we disagree with peacefully, again, Paul in the Bible says, if at all possible, be at peace with all men. And let's be peaceful people. When we disagree, let's not go to anger or rage. Let's talk about it, because this podcast for me was really fun. About, we have different perspectives. We put them out there, and it transforms the audience. It gets them thinking about what they're doing, what I'm doing. I thought a lot about what I'm doing. I hope that I was able to give you guys perspective to help what you're doing. And together, guys, let's be purple. Let's be purple.
Let's be purple.
I'm gonna stay black, but I get what you're saying. Trying to get me on my Jesse Lee Peterson shit. I ain't going out like Jesse. What the?
Y'all know what I mean.
I know what you mean. I gotta give some levity to it a little bit. But I hear you loud and clear, brother. And it was definitely received. I hope the audience lends an ear to that, man, because it's very heavy. Nobody kicking shit like that. It's all consume, no reflect. So that was you made a trillion. If I could hit, I would have been hitting the fucking gong the whole show with you, Angel. If
we had to pick our specific moments because there were so many.
Snipe them. You didn't say pause on some things, but you were talking about God, so I let it slide. You're gonna have to step your pause game up, because you was like, if I take it the hardest,
you need. That's because you have cable, probably. I'm sure you have cable. That's the problem.
That's the problem. TMZ corrupted my mind.
It's like all those subliminal joints from different movies you've seen.
It was too. I'm fucked up. I'm crushed. I'm lost.
We're oversaturated with programming that it's just attachments.
I'm with the Eagles almost every other night, man, to tell you the truth. So it's great to hear it from.
Come down to the turtle.
I'm with the turtles all night, nigga. But anyway, we'll get into that in the episode. So thank you guys for joining us here at the Too Late We Said It podcast. Again, Angel, we appreciate you. Ed, I love you, dog. Thanks for always rocking with us. Big you guys make sure you like and subscribe, and in this episode more so than anything else, because usually we kicking a lot of tomfoolery, but today we kicked a lot of tomfoolery but with some substance, and it was definitely a great dynamic. So share this with your people. We didn't talk about people with fake breasts today. So this is something you might not get fired for at work if you share this one. So you got no excuse now, nigga.
We have real breasts on this show, real ones.
We got the real ones.
We got the real titties when Angel comes.
No plastiques.
Plastica. I say plastic. ¿Cómo se dice plastic en español?
Plástico.
Plástico. No plástico titio today. No,
he said titio.
Titio.
It's hoy. No plástico hoy.
Hoy is how you say breast?
Hoy is today. No plástico today.
Oh, okay.
No plástico hoy.
How you say breast, please? This is the last thing.
Tetas.
Ed was happy with that one. Tetas.
Teach him the bad stuff. Typical Spanish lesson. It's like, hey, you wanna know how to get to the hospital? Nah, man. Tell me how to say, are they real?
You know what it is. We need to know the vagrant shit first, then we'll learn the good shit, like legal and shit like that.
I can't tell you how many times a buddy asked me how to say something like that. I'm like, tell him something totally wrong. Like, he's like asking a girl where the bathroom is, and she's laughing. He's like, yo, how come she laughed? I'm like, bro, you asked her where the bathroom was.
It's like, that's what you get. Hey, Sean at least knows that.
You helping me, Ed. Step by step. Day by day. Thank you guys for joining us here. It's the Too Late We Said It podcast. We hope that you join us for future episodes. We love you. We appreciate you. And we hope you're safe. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday. And we will see you next week. Angel, at the end of the show, we hit them with a long peace. So we ask that you join us in this one. All right. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Peace. That's in Spanish. Oh, peace.